Record, and welcome guys to the team call. Thank you for coming and being on. Tonight I'm excited to learn more about organization. It is not my strong area, and we have someone who does really well in this. But first I want to go over a couple things. So it's the beginning of June, and I put out a post today that hopefully you saw. If not, I can certainly bump it back up to the top of the page. But I wanted to set a team-wide goal to help 300 to 500 people in the month of June. And with the 21-day fix being on special at $140, I think we can very much hit that goal. So what that means is every time you start a new person on their health and fitness journey, which is the challenge pack, 21-day fix, PIO, whatever suits them, that counts. And our goal is to have 100 coaches hit Success Club in the month of June. I'm doing shirts for everyone who hits Success Club. And then I also said, if you are a brand new coach who hits Diamond or Star Diamond and you missed the opportunity to earn a hat last month, you can get a hat as well. And yeah, so also Carl, our CEO, ooh, I wonder if you can hear me. Can you guys hear me? All good? I'm frozen. Can you guys hear me? Oh, okay, good. It was telling me you couldn't. Okay. So our CEO, Carl, is giving everyone who hits Diamond this month for the first time a t-shirt that there's a photo of that says June Diamond, and it's pretty cool, and I think it's got some wear and share on it. And one of the coolest things about wear and share is you can go to anywhere and be wearing your wear and share, and you can start conversations with people and make new friends that way. You can connect with them on Facebook and talk to them about starting their own journey. So that is our goal, and I am bringing you, I'm going to work on the webinar to teach you guys about $500 to $1,000 a week. I thought maybe you'd like a little layout of how I got there, and I can also show you like real earning statements from Beachbody and kind of where the averages are at, so you know what goal you're shooting for based on what you want.
Boys in bed?
Yeah. You can go get them though. Oh, here's my help. Okay, so last is Summit coming up in July. I was on a call today with the corporate team, and they spread me a lot of info. So if you are not in the Summit page and you're going, make sure you get into the Summit page. There's some LP field restrictions. They're talking about it being really hot and humid, making sure you show up with water bottles and towels if you're doing workouts. What else do we have? If you earn the Success Club party, you can bring a guest. If you earn the 2-star party, you can bring a guest. You need to have had 10 points last month at the minimum, and then this month, at least 15, or if you've done 15 last month, then 10 this month, or it needs to be 25 total between May and June, but it must be Success Club 10, Success Club 10, from what I was told. So there's there is in your Summit registration, there is a registration code. Make sure you see that code. You're going to register on June 15th at 9 a.m. Pacific, I think. I'll double check that. I'm pretty sure it's 9 a.m. Pacific. And I am aiming for the Blue Track Grand Ballroom. And the reason being is I know a lot of those guys, and they're the ones who are going to deliver. They're all supposed to deliver the same content, but they're very successful, and they have done some amazing stuff, and I want to know more. And so I'm very attracted to that track versus the other. The other has a couple here and there that I'm like, but I'm really attracted to the blue, so I think I'm, going to go Blue Grand Ballroom. So if you want to join me, we'll go Blue Grand Ballroom, and we'll pick that, and then we have general sessions in the Bridgestone Arena, and these workshops will be in the Music City Center. So there's 4,000 spots available in each of these rooms, blue and silver. You're gonna have to register for your workouts as well when you fill out that information. If you do not pick a track, you will get assigned one. There's no transferring of tracks. Once you get there and get your track bracelet, you can trade it with someone. That's the only way you can transfer. What else? You can barely bring anything into LP Field. They are trying to make it happen so we can bring more in. Most of us are staying at the Omni or the Hilton or fairly close, so we'll be within walking distance, which is nice. We'll be right across the street from Music City Center. We have a team dinner Thursday from 4 to 6 at Margaritaville, so if you haven't heard about it, go check our Team Summit page, and I will let you know if and what's going on with the Friday night party. And yes, there will be some diamond swag that is happening, I'm working on. So, okay, enough with all that info. Hopefully that was enough. You all know with the 21-day fix, it's really hard to do it without Shakeology. So confidently tell people that Autumn talks about Shakeology nonstop through the program, and that they should feel very confident in telling people that you'd rather them get this special pack than you know, get the program and then be like, oh, I needed this Shakeology, and come back and have to pay, you know, full price when they can pay $140. It's a great, great special. So if that helps you a little bit with handling how to explain the need, it's higher in energy, it helps in energy. Go back to Bryn's call from last week, and you'll be able to explain, you know, it helps maximize results, it gives you better energy, it helps you through curbing cravings and all that, because it's filling those nutrient deficient gaps. So it's a big component when you're on the fix. All right, so with that said, let's talk about organizing our business. So Jessica is a diamond coach with us. She's been around for a couple years now. And you want to know, can I tell a funny story? So when I first met Jessica, she actually deleted me on Facebook. So when you guys get deleted and stuff, you totally like don't even worry about it, because she totally did. Because she got like, I'm sick of her posts, and yeah, I'm over it. And then she decided, who's that girl that I wanted to, she was talking about that Shakeology stuff, and she came back, and now she's a diamond coach on her team, and she'll be in Nashville with us, and she just recently got engaged. She was in Mexico with us, and she's gone to a number of trainings with me in the past, so she really knows, and she's got the personality of organization. I don't. So like, if we're in the hotel, Jessica's like, go left. And I'm like, okay, let's go left. So she's like the master when it comes to organization. I just am like, whatever you say, let's go. So get your notepads out, and I'm going to let her take over. Do you have slides or no? Okay. Let me just unmute you, and then off you go.
You just get to hear me talk.
That's cool.
Okay, hi everyone. I'll give a quick introduction to those of you that don't know me. My name's Jessica. I have been a coach for almost 3 years, and I am a very emerald personality, meaning I want to know all the answers. I want to know exactly how to do it. I want to plan everything out, and if it's not perfect, then I am like frozen. If you know an emerald or you are an emerald, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So from there, when I started becoming a coach, I couldn't do anything because I felt the need to have everything. I needed to know everything of how to do this right off the bat. And so I struggled for probably 8 months. I just didn't know. I had a full-time job. I was trying to juggle everything going on in my life, and I didn't know how to do this. I didn't know what to say to people. I didn't know any of this. I didn't know. And finally, Lindsay just said, just get over yourself. Just do it. Just go do it. And I did. And within, like, I'd say 3 months, I became diamond. And then shortly after that, I became 1-star qualifying diamond. And since then I've lost it, but I still sometimes have those struggles of how do I manage all of this going on and how do I do certain things? And I just have to remind myself to go back to the basics. So tonight I'm going to kind of talk about one thing, how to track your business and different ways that you can do that. I'm also going to talk to you about time management and kind of on both spectrums, as in if you work a full-time job, if you stay at home full-time. I've done both. So I'm going to kind of share my experiences with all of these things and how I do them. This does not mean that this is how you have to do them, but trust me, I've tried a lot of things in 3 years of how to manage this business, and not saying my system may work for you, but these are some of the ways that I've found makes things a little bit simpler. So I just want to give some of my tips to you tonight, and we'll start with how do I track my business. So there's a number of things I'm sure you've heard of. The things that I've tried is just pen and paper, write it in a notebook, write down names, but I was having trouble like keeping track of all the people, and it was a lot to handle. So then I went to like an Excel worksheet where I made names and dates, like I talked to them and then maybe what we talked about, but then I was having trouble keeping up with them and like who did I follow up with last. And so then came Asana, which is just asana.com. It's a free website that you are welcome to use. And basically you go in there and you can create little subtitles, put your customer's name in there, your lead's name, and you can set a follow-up date. You can set a date to when you need to follow up with them. So it's a little difficult to explain unless you have used Asana or you kind of know a little bit about it. But the best thing is that there are some really, really, really good tutorials on YouTube that will tell you exactly how to use Asana. Plus, some Beachbody coaches have made tutorials on Asana as well. So go check those out. I'm not going to go into all of Asana and all of its awesomeness, but go check Asana out. It's just a really good way to track and to keep up with your follow-ups. You can write in there exactly what you talked about, and it lists it by date. So say you go to your client's name and you saw last week you talked about them maybe being interested in the 21-day fix, but they weren't quite sure yet. And this was their struggle. So you know when you go back to talk to them, talk about that struggle and see how they're doing. And, you can list whatever kind of details you want. Anyway, so Asana is how I track my business for the most part. I also kind of go into this too. Being an Emerald, I like to plan, and some of you may have seen my Facebook, but I actually just bought this one, but this is called a Plum Planner. And if you know Plum Planner, Erin Condren, she has these really cool planners. This is a Plum Planner. It's cheaper and it's basically the same thing. So it's broken down by months. So you have your monthly calendar, if you can see this. And yes, I became very sapphire and decorated it with all kinds of pretty colors. Aren't you proud of me, Lindsay? Yeah, Lindsay's showing the Erin Condren one. It's kind of the same stuff. Hers has a little more wording and stuff like that. Anyways, so any kind of planner will really work. You don't have to get a specialty one. Any planner will work from Walmart, Target, anything you want. Anyway, so then I start, again, got very crafty and stickerific. And so I plan out my days now. So if you can see, here was yesterday. So I even created my own little stickers. So I have my Power Hour sticker. So I don't know if you can see those. But I schedule my days. I have a full-time job. So I know I only have a certain amount of hours in a day to plan to work my business, as I'm sure many of you do. Many of you, have families, full-time jobs. Even if you stay at home all day, I know you're crazy busy. Like being a stay-at-home mom is not easy, I'm sure. I don't have kids, but from what I know. So you have to plan your hours. If you have 1 hour a day, not even a full hour, break it up into 15 minutes. Denise says, what kind of planner? Anything will do. for me, what works best is one like this that breaks it down into the weeks. So you can see this is a full week. So this is this week. So it's got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So in each day, I know exactly what I need to do. And I kind of put life stuff in it too, like if I have meetings or what workouts I'm doing that day. It kind of just helps me keep track. Anyway, so I have my power hour, and I have set, like last night I worked from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. because that's when I had time. I get off work, I drive home, I eat dinner. Sometimes I work out at night, sometimes I work out in the morning. The 8 to 10 works for me. And so I put in my planner Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I'm working from 8 to 10. And then I'm working on Saturday too. So you have to plan your hours. If you're working this business and you're like, I don't have time, break it up into 15 minutes. If you have a full-time job, I'm sure you get a lunch break. So typically on my lunch break, I'll spend about 30 minutes and I'll either reply to messages, post in my groups, check in on them. Stuff like that doesn't take very long, but you can definitely fit it in there. Anyway, so get a planner if that's what works for you. I suggest it because it helps me stay on track, helps me. This has kind of become my business activity tracker in a sense because this has everything all in one, which is less things for me to carry around with me since I'm taking this back and forth to work. It's not, several different things I'm having to do. So this kind of counts as my activity tracker, which I know Lindsay talks a lot about, but you have to track your business. I hadn't been tracking for a long time, and guess what? My business was kind of sucking. So, and I look back to whenever I was, really working my butt off and growing to Diamond and Star Diamond, I was tracking everything, and I can look back and see how many was I invited. Okay, well, I need to do that again if I want my business to grow. So be sure and track. Find a way that works for you, whether it's the activity tracker, whether it's keeping it in a notebook, a planner, anything like this, something like that that works for you. As far as scheduling your times for a full-time person, for me, like I was talking about, as I work my full-time business, I get up usually at 5, I try and work out, and then I get ready for work. I have a 30-minute commute. On my commute, I listen to my personal development. That way, what else are you going to do for 30 minutes while you drive, except for listening to morning talk shows, which they typically don't have anything good to talk about. And then work all day long, get home, and then you're like, okay, now what? Like for me, since I live alone, I kind of have more free time than and then I'm like, I'll just kind of watch some TV or whatever. So if I don't manually set, like, I need to work tonight for an hour, then it doesn't typically get done because I'm like, I got too many hours in the evening. What am I going to do? That's not always the case, but sometimes. And then the people that stay home all day, I had a period last summer where I was home for about 3 months where I worked Beachbody for full time. And what I learned is that you still have to set a schedule. For me, I literally broke it down into like hour increments. So from 8 to 9, I was doing something. From 9 to 10, I was doing something. I was doing the same kind of stuff, but in longer periods of time because I had more time on my hands. So make sure and work on that. Now you might be wondering, how do I make a schedule? How do I figure out what I need to do? The first thing is, the thing I learned from Danny Johnson is, number one, you need to make time for your faith. So whether that's spending set time for like devotion or something like that, that should be your number one thing to make on your schedule. Number two should be your family. So whether that's a spouse or your children, you need to make those times structured first before anything else, before your business. They are much more important than your business. Then you schedule your business hours. So after you figure out like your kids, maybe you have like dinner and homework time with your kids, even though it's summer now, but dinner and homework time with your kids, then maybe after that you can work on your business, or before that, or whatever your schedule's like. Then comes your business, and then comes like your leisurely activities. So whether that's if you like to read, or besides personal development, or maybe you like to knit. I don't know. I like to make stickers. That's kind of fun for me. So that's just kind of an extra activity. So now when you're trying to plan your business hours, something I learned from Chalene Johnson is, again, kind of the same thing. Schedule your family time, things that you have to do every day first. So if you have a job, you obviously have to work from this time to this time. If you have a set dinner with your family, this is this night time every night. So you fill in all the have-tos for the day. Then you can go back in, you can see all the open spaces and be like, okay, so this is the free time I have. What time of that during the day can I work? And again, if that's 30 minutes, if that's an hour, then that's great. If you have 4 hours, but only like 2 days a week, then do it those 2 days a week. I mean, I don't have time typically every day during the week to work my business, but there's some days I may have 2 hours or 3 hours, and there's some days I have no time. So you just kind of have to balance it and figure out what works best for you and your schedule. But the biggest thing I learned is you have to schedule your time. You have to schedule your business. You have to sit down and know what you're doing every day. If you don't, you're going to scroll on Facebook or what's other things that I do? I sit and scroll on Facebook, or I will find some reason not to do my power hour. And I'm like, I'll get distracted and start doing something else, or, whatever. So you have to sit down with an agenda every day of what you're doing. So that's how I organize my business. Any questions? That's kind of fast.
Let me add to it a little bit. So I'm not the most organized. However, I do have twins, so I have had to get organized in so many ways. So one thing you guys can do, and this is one of the things that you get asked all the time, or I get asked, is like, how do you do this? Like, and there's moments like right before this call where I'm like, how do I do this? Because my kids don't want to do this, and I need them to do this because I have to do this. Because I usually had, extra help in a different plan set up during team call times, and there was a change of plans like an hour ago, and it threw me off guard, and I was like, oh, so obstacles happen and life happens, and I just still kind of make it work. But I wanted to just say, I do encourage outsourcing. We were taught that by Shalene, and it was one of those, I had just had the twins. I wasn't making a lot of money with Beachbody, and it was scary, scary, scary. And she was like, you need to outsource this, that. And she started naming stuff in her Smart Success seminar. And I was like, and it was scary because you guys are like, well, what, when you hit diamond and you start seeing, some money, really think about an assistant. An assistant is someone who can an extra 5 hours a week, or 2 weeks, maybe an hour a week, that can take some pressure off of you, so you can focus on the best part, which is building the relationships with people and reaching out, making new friends, and then helping them get started. The tracking comes with that as well. But like with my like page, like I have Carrie helps me, and what she does is she will go to all the new likes and she'll message them for me. I just have a basic, like, do you mind sharing your health and fitness goals with me? Thanks for liking my page. It's the same thing I send everyone. And she handles that for me. And then she kind of tracks, like, this person added you, this person added you. Make sure you go talk to them. And it's a nice little balance for me. And she's like on Eastern and I'm on Pacific. So it works great because it's all done by the time I get to work. And it's been a lifesaver. She helps me, with a lot of photos, and the reason that we're working, the webinar or the video I was going to do on making $1,000 a week isn't done yet, because she's helping me put together some visuals for you guys. And we came up with what we think is going to be an awesome Success Club visual too, because we want you to be able to help your coaches. So she is a lifesaver, especially when stuff happens. And I understand you're like, business in this whole team, but Jessica, when she was busy, I'm pretty sure she had someone who was helping her take care of the back office. When you start getting your leads, those are more people we have to take care of, because those are customers. We need to send them thank you notes. I'm over here, I got all these thank you notes right here right now that I need to get out to people. And you know, everyone who orders a challenge pack gets a thank you note from me with a little packet of E&E, because it's a way to upsell, I guess you could say, and a way, I don't know if I would say it upsell, but it's to put a potential product in their hands that maybe they're like, oh, I should add this to my, you know, workout, pre-workout, like as the performance line launches, different things. I like to send them different things to give them a chance to test them out. Long term, they can end up becoming coaches. So I just wanted to add that when Shalene started outsourcing, she even hired someone to come over and do her laundry. What did she pay them? Like $7 an hour? And they worked like,
I don't even know if it was that much.
Maybe 5. And she was $500,000 in debt at the time, which is crazy, right? But she was. And she was in a position where, and you guys may feel this, where it's like dishes, laundry, X, Y, Z, and my this and that, and I'm pressured, and then I need to do some work in my family. And the Shalene, I remember feeling that pressure right when the twins were born. I was like, how am I going to do this? And I saw the Smart Success start to launch, and I was like, whatever she's got, I need. And I wasn't making that much money back then. That was a couple years ago. And it was very expensive, but I bought it, and I sat and I watched the whole training, and she started to talk about Elance and how if you want to make a cool Facebook cover photo, like you can kind of go to Elance. And if you want to I always go back to assisting, because there's nothing cooler than being able to create a little job or a little income for people. We'll be able to help them. Like, that's what we're all about, right? And so you're like, I'm still trying to create my own income. And what Shalene said was, you can't afford not to in certain positions. Dennis is saying he hired Molly Mates. I've got a cleaning lady. She was just here today. And luckily here in Arizona, it's just I found a great person. I like to go through referrals. And she doesn't charge me all that much, and she cleans the whole house. And then it's a mess shortly after, because I have twins who don't understand cleanup. But these are things, just let your wheels start to turn, because here's what happened. My husband worked on a Saturday. He worked from, I don't even know, 10 to 6 p.m. cleaning our house. And it was a smaller house in Illinois. And I was like, this can't happen, because we lost the whole day. I just sat, there was nothing. It was cold out. Like, we just lost the whole day to the family. And so what Shalene teaches is that by outsourcing, it gives you the chance to focus 100% on what you are good at, which is building your business. And Sarah Robbins tells you this too. She did the same thing, but she waited till she made enough money. Some of you are brand new and you're like, what? So understand, like, bear with us. We're talking about, when you get to that diamond rank level and you're starting to see some money every week starting to add up. It does add up. Even if it's $50 a week, guys, that's $200 a month. And when it turns to $100 a week, then it's $400 a month, which is like a car payment. And then it turns to $200 and on up. And I'm going to show you how to get to $1,000 in my little video. It's kind of the basics, but I figured I'd create a little bit of a roadmap and kind of show you some facts behind it. So I just want to kind of add that sometimes you can't afford not to. And if you're so overwhelmed and it's worth it to save you all those hours, 6 hours he cleaned that house. And my lady cleans it in like an hour and a half. And I can spend that time either with the family or working on Beachbody and making up for that and let someone else be the expert on that field, because I'm not a good expert on it. I'm not even good at cooking, and I even let him do that. So just a couple ideas. As you grow and you get overloaded, literally 2 hours a week of extra assisting help makes all the world of a difference. When you get to that point where like, wow, I'm starting to get a team and things are starting to grow, and I need a little help. I can name a lot of elite coaches who still haven't gotten an assistant, and I'm just like, oh my God. Like you want to live, our goal is for you to be able to have some freedom, or all freedom, if that's what you want, and for you to be able to you know, be able to be with your family and make up for it. And the cool thing is a lot of this stuff is a write-off. Like almost all of it is. It's been really cool when I found out what write-offs come about with this business. So that has been so awesome. Okay, was that good? Or are we, just wanted to add that. It helps you organize yourself. Like Carrie keeps me completely like, she's like, Lindsay, you have a message, you haven't answered. And like, she helped me follow up with someone today who's looking to sign up tomorrow who I thought never would sign up to coach. And all because she went through and rechecked some of my stuff for me. And yes, that means I let her log into my Facebook. And yes, I let her log into my back office. So you have to find someone you can trust as you grow. And don't feel like you have to do it tomorrow. It's just something for you to think about as your business grows. You are a CEO. When a company is building, they need employees to help. So like you start to think about who can I employ to help? You know, who can help me with, you know, certain customer lead stuff? Like who can help me with my like page? I have someone who helps me with Instagram right now. And it's been all right. He helps me bring in the right followers. He targets the market for me and goes, and I'm not good at Instagram. So I just found an expert who was. So it saves me time and I can get things moving along. So
another add-on for outsourcing, maybe something more for beginners. And this is not an affiliation with Beachbody, but something that I've used before is called ACEO. It's called Automatic CEO, and I think it's just automaticCEO.com, I think. Anyways, it was created by,
I think John uses it too.
Yeah, it's created by Beachbody coaches, and basically what it is you can go in and input all of your customers, all your leads, everything from your back office, and it tells you exactly how to do it. You put it all into the system and you can set them up on different automated emails. So if like the first one, you can just send out a general one like, hey, you know, just checking in or whatever if you've talked to them recently. But you can also like say you get a new challenge pack order, you can go in, put their information manually, their email, all that kind of stuff. You can set them up on an automatic email. And I think it sends like maybe once a week for like 6 weeks. And it basically does kind of some of the work for you. Like the first week, it's like, hope you're really enjoying your product. I don't know what all it says, but anyways, and then like the second one and the third one starts to talk a little more about coaching or the discount. So it's kind of helping to do that for you. And you can also do this with your new coaches or maybe some coaching leads. If anyone gets on a basic product, kind of the same thing. And then you can just send out like one-touch emails like about the specials going on. So like if you want to send an email to it's kind of like the back office, but it kind of does it a little more automated if you want to do it that way. Anyways, I loved it. I used it last summer, and I'm actually thinking about joining it up again because it really helped me. It's one less thing I had to worry about, like, oh, I got to check in on all these people, and it just kind of sends it out for you. And if they're interested in something, they will reply back, and it even tells you if they read your email. So it does all that for you. So that's a really good option.
I'm over here building a blog and like setting up all that automatic stuff and doing
I mean, it's just one less thing for you to worry about. And I think it's like $24.95 a month for the basic, which is if you're just kind of getting started out, that's all you need. And so it's really not that expensive. Again, it's another write-off. You can tax write it off. Anyways, you can check it out. I think you get like 30 days for free even. So, yeah.
And then like with the outsourcing, even like if you're going to make videos and stuff and like fun pictures and at Marketing Impact, she taught us, this is crazy. I should pull it out. She literally, so like when you guys make Facebook posts, they're basically blog posts, right? So what she does is she'll take the Facebook post, she'll have someone slap it into her blog, so it becomes a blog post. So that's two things done at once. Then she'll take like some really fun photos of herself, and she'll slap some quotes on the photos. You probably see, if you follow her page, you see her popping out with videos and quotes, and she gets it all done in like chunks of time. Like she'll have a day where she's like, okay, hair's done, makeup's done, and it's time to crank out videos. And she'll make notes like, okay, today I'm going to do lunges, and I'm going to change my outfit, and I'm going to do, glute stuff, and I'm going to change my outfit, I'm going to do arm whatever. And you'll see, like, if you follow her on Instagram, if you follow her on Facebook, you'll see all this stuff, and it looks like she's constantly going. But the truth is she takes like an hour and just pounds out a ton of videos, changes her outfit, and then she will, do overlays on the videos and just get a lot done in a short amount of time, and then slowly disperse the stuff. She won't like post it all at once. She'll have like 50 posts. So she'll be good to go for a while. And then you can repost stuff because you get new followers, right? So you share your story last week, and in 2 weeks you get a ton of new followers, new friends. Share your story again, right? Because they haven't heard it. You can't share your story enough. Oh, by the way, if you get Success Club this month, you get a webinar with Bo Eason, who Jessica and I got to hear speak live, and we were like, he was amazing. I think Aaron got to hear him too. The power of your story, the guy is unreal, amazing, like, oh my God. And he is doing a live webinar for all coaches that get Success Club in June. So, sorry, side note. So anyway, so she will outsource, like, hey, can you put this quote or whatever on these couple of photos, and they'll switch them up, and then she'll have like a bunch of photos to post, and she'll have a lot of stuff for content for social media. Now that's a little, even goes to Pinterest. I mean, the girl is, and Instagram, like she's and that's a lot to explain, but I just kind of want to let you know, if you're trying to edit videos, some of these coaches have some pretty killer videos, and you're like, how are they doing that? They're sending them to Elance, and somebody's doing it for them. They're not doing it. They don't have time for that. So as you grow, and those of you who really want to make this happen and want to do that, definitely outsource. And then we're getting some questions about.
I was going to go back. Alex asked, where we go? During hectic days when you have zero time at times, do you splice in small tasks in your breaks or lunch hour? Yes, I do. Like I said, I get an hour lunch break. So usually I spend 15, 20 minutes eating. Like I just kind of scarf down real fast. And then I spend the rest of my time either replying to messages that I have, posting on my Facebook page, my Instagram, checking in on my challenge groups, my coaching groups, anything like that. I just kind of spend that time doing all that, and then I check in on the team pages too. I usually, during my lunches and stuff, or my breaks, I don't typically do any of my inviting. I try and save that for the evening because that's when most people are home and checking their stuff and all that kind of stuff. I hope that answers your question. Denise asked you, Lindsay, how'd you find your assistant?
She's on the team. I just look for certain personality that, I just feel like would be a good match. And, it works like that. She's on this call, I think, somewhere around here. I think she's around here. And I just kind of, is she on here? Oh, there she is. There's Carrie. So Carrie I actually just transitioned to Carrie. I had someone else who got so overwhelmed with their own other work, and Carrie stayed at home, and she's building Beachbody as well. And I was like, would this overwhelm you? But her kids go to school, and she's like, no, I can do this. And I mean, I don't know, what do you do, like 5 hours a week? I'm supposed to pay you today, by the way. I gotta get that done. I think she does like maybe 5 hours a week. I told, and you can set the rules. Like, I don't want more than 5 hours a week of work. If there's more work than that, and I say, okay, we have more work, that's cool. Or you can say, or she may be like, you only had 2 hours worth of stuff for me to get done for you, and that's it. And then sometimes there's like, hey, I'm gonna do this webinar. Can you throw together this? Let's get these visuals, and I'm gonna, I throw a project at her, and she helps me get that done, so I can do other things. Like I had corporate webinar today that I didn't, that threw me off and took away an hour of my time. And that stuff happens as you continue to grow. And then I wanted to also answer the crazy hectic days. Some of the things I like to do, I love to maximize time. And I was going to do a call on this, but since we have time, I'm just going to kind of give you my little tips on that. When I'm waiting at a doctor's office, this is happening. I'm following up. Asana, I think you can access from your phone. I know I use Asana and I use Gmail because I'll get stuff through Gmail. So I track with the Gmail labeling, and I can show you a video on that. So I do that and I use Asana. It's just been, I was using the planner as well. Like I kind of do that too. Like tomorrow I'm supposed to help a girl sign up to coach. So I have a note at what time to check in with her. So you can do both. But if I'm at the doctor's office or if oh God, now I'm drawing a blank. Like if you're simple stuff, like if you're waiting in line for a table at the restaurant, or if, why am I drawing a blank now? There's those little chunks of time. Oh, driving in the car, for example.
Not driving, riding.
Riding in the car. So you know what I mean? Passengers. Come on, you know me. I would never. Unless I'm at a red light. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I made a whole post about this today. And
I know.
No, okay, so let's say Hal's driving and my kids are in the back and we're going to wherever, right? And it's a 20-minute drive. And I say, hang on, I got to handle some, I'm going to handle an email or whatever. He knows, and he'll talk with the kids or he'll ask me, what's going on. And I'll get on my phone and I'll make some posts. And they're all saved in my phone, right? Because I have all these, I took all these photos. We took a ton of photos of me working out by the pool the other day. Or he did, I was like, just take one photo, and he took 20. And I'm like, oh, those look kind of nice. And so I'm going to take them and do different things with them. I'm not going to post them all at once, but I'll be able to use them, for a handful of posts. And then when I'm not when I'm looking better, I'll do videos, which is usually more like Fridays because it's a slower time. But when you're so busy, think about maximizing time through your phone. When you can't even get to your computer, there's days when it just isn't happening. I will maximize the time. If my kids are so busy playing a game and they don't want me involved, because sometimes they do and sometimes they're like, go away. I will pull out my phone and just answer some messages and try to keep up, see what's going on, check. And also, we don't check notifications. So when y'all are tagging us and trying to find us, you won't always hear from us right away because we don't check them. I will check the team page. I will check challenge group pages. And I'll check my wall. But I saw Ashton tagged me in something and I have no idea what. At some point I saw it and then a couple hours later I was like, I think you tagged me somewhere and I missed it. Notifications are what was it that they said? Notifications are such a distraction to your life, such a waste of your time. You don't need to stress about them. Your messages is what you need to stress about. And they don't need to be from coaches either. It should be challengers first, customers first, inviting first. That should always be, personal development should be first. But that's what should come right away is that business building activity. So coaching messages and all that should come, second, because as your own CEO, you can totally get answers. Google or YouTube, FAQs has a lot of answers. And you guys can get, sign up a team and then have some of the, what's coach relations number or what's this or what's that. And that can throw you off. That power hour time needs to be so focused on new people. And I don't say that to be like new coaches aren't important or old coaches aren't important. It's just that they come, they're just first and foremost is you working with new people and then following up, making sure you made some new friends, and then going to your coaches and stuff. And so maximizing time is just cutting out notifications. And your emeralds personality, those of you who have that black and white life personality, that, I know that gives you anxiety. Is it anxiety or is it, what does Carrie say about notification? She'll be like, it gives you anxiety, right? It drives her crazy that I have 10,000 emails or whatever. She's like, why do you have so many messages? I'm like,
It's like you want to clear, we want a clear slate.
So they want everything clear. And I'm just
we don't want notifications. We don't want tons of emails. I don't like tons of messages unanswered in my inbox. So like, I got to make sure they're all cleared. And even if I just click on the notification thing to make them all go away, I'll do that sometimes.
I'll do that. So I'll click on it to make them go away too. I think Ashton just lets them sit there. But anyway, so I just, think about when you're riding in the car or waiting on somebody or bathroom breaks. They're private, quiet time. Take advantage of it. I'm just saying, read in there or use your phone in there and answer some messages with your kids. I am keeping it real. Like, you need to go to the bathroom, grab your phone and do what you got to do and get some messages answered. Like, that's maximizing time and giving you more time for family or whatever. Get that power hour done. It's so funny because like I think about like I'm gonna be cutting hours because I have a swimming pool now and I'm itching to just be out there and not be working. And it's funny how much more I can get done in a smaller amount of time because I'm just like focused and I'm like, okay, I when I know I have 30 minutes left, I'm like, all right, finish and go. And it's like a race. So I kind of hope that kind of helps you with how to maximize, I don't know if everyone falls asleep in the house and you're awake, get some work done, don't feel like it happens in my house all the time. I'm kind of a night person and my house is not, and they all go to bed and then I'm like, now what do I do? So I get more done then. And then during the day when I'm with them, I don't have to, I don't miss out. Take one day off to rest for sure. So you can recharge yourself. That was part of priorities. And the cool thing is I always stress that by putting family, this is bad, but before I had the kids and stuff, by putting family and all that first, I actually stressed about it in the business falling apart. But I've found that you're actually well taken care of. Like I pray for you guys and I pray for the business, and if that's weird to you, that's okay. But it's one of the things I do. And I pray for, the right people that, connect with me, that come to the team. And I also say, I know that these kids are my priority and there's times when I work, but I also know that you'll take care of my business when I need to be with them and my family. And it works out really well. And it keeps me peace as a Ruby personality who's like, I gotta work. Like, I feel like I gotta work all day long. I don't. I think maybe a couple times I did. But I've learned that by, I gotta trust that I'm following the priorities right and I will be taken care of. And there's lots of scripture behind that. And of course I'm a Sapphire too, so I have no clue what the scripture is. You guys may know, but I'm like, I know it's something. Like there's a really cool scripture verse here. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to get religious on you guys. But it says, when you've done everything you can do, that's when I'll step in and do what you cannot do. And that's a really cool verse to like hang on to when you're struggling and you're like, I'm fighting for this goal and I want to get there so bad. And I'm trying to get Success Club. I want to get 10 and I want to help people. I want to do it right. I've talked to like 100 people, like I'm just going to go back and follow up. And when I've done everything I can do, like I've given today, all I've got in the time that I had, I got to go be with my family. And, you just do it like that every day. And that's such a cool thing that has helped me find peace. Because believe me, there's been many days that I have grown a lot. Lindsay first started this business was like, everybody has to work and we all have to do it all. Like it was different. And so if I can shorten that path for you and make you feel at peace now, God, please let me, because it's so much smoother now. So I hope that kind of helps you guys with maximizing, like lunch hour. What did Shalene say about lunch hours? She said Your lunch hour, if you're a full-time employee, your lunch hour should be spent working on your dream. Don't give it to your company. They'll expect it of you all the time. You're not getting paid for that hour. That's your break. I think people get smoke breaks, right? And probably very, very little of us. I don't smoke. I can't imagine many of you do. And you still probably should deserve those 15-minute breaks, right? And you could do a little checking in, make a post, stuff like that. So those are great ways to maximize your time. It is 2 Corinthians 12:10. And it's when you've done everything you can do, that's when I'll step in and do what you cannot do. It's funny because I work with Rachel Luna. She's like my business coach. And there's times when she's like, you need to just sit back and pray for what you're up to at this point. Like, you've done all you can do. And it's really cool. It's a cool verse. I like it. Do you have any other coaches? Questions? Heck yeah, phone in the bathroom's a way to be. The first person who drops their phone in the toilet, I'm totally going to send you a gift. I just got a life-proof case so it stays. I've washed my phone 3 times in the past year. It's sad. I don't feel like I do enough. I work all the time. So, Ashley, I will say this. When you are starting out, I feel you do work a lot. There is a lot in the beginning. And then when you get to where I'm at, when you have thousands of coaches on your team, you work a lot too, because now it's a matter of not only am I still building my own, because I do what you guys do every day. I don't do any different. I go out, I invite, I make new friends. I use my business activity tracker. I created a checklist for you guys to make it pretty and a little smoother and maybe just a little bit, different and easier. But I do the same. I'm right there alongside you. I'm out there getting points, helping people, finding new people to join our team who want to create, design their own kind of life and be able to put a pool in their backyard or whatever they want to do. I'm out there doing that too, just like you guys. But then I also have the side of team balance where now I have to start mentoring and guiding people and helping them push to new levels of ranks and building their own teams and getting independent. And you have 4 kids, so that doesn't help. I think Summit will be so helpful when you get there. It so needs to be here yesterday. Oh, right? Anyone else who's been there is like, we usually leave in like 2 weeks, but now you're going to wait another 6 weeks. It'll be all good. It's going to be amazing. But yeah, Ashley, I think you just need to end every day and say, I've done everything I can do for today. And, if you are praying and stuff, just be like, please bring me people that want to be a part of this, that want to run with me, that want to build this thing. And I'm being, they're motivated, that are hungry for this, that love Beachbody, that would love to go and be at Summit. And that's what you're looking for. I mean, that's truly what you're looking for, guys. That's your business builders. You're looking for those kind of people who are like-minded, who get you, or if they don't get you, they think you're great anyways. Like who feel like family, because this is like a second family. Just wait till I announce our team retreat. And if y'all can come to that, it's even better than Summit, only because you get time all weekend with all of us. And, Summit's more of a training and you're running and go, and we'll have some time together. But there's a lot of times when we're just in different places and, you get some time, but it's busy. Whereas the team retreat is fun and together and all that good stuff. It'll be in Utah. I'm trying to just seal up the dates in this new place I found and all that good stuff, and then I'll have it announced. But I haven't heard back yet. So as soon as I hear back, I'll announce all that good stuff. So yeah, I hope this was helpful. And you take it one step at a time. I know that was a lot. and I don't know that Jessica figured this all out overnight. I think it was a process. I think everything is a baby step process, especially if you're a new coach. It's like, whoa, baby steps, success club, starting tracking people. Now I was tracking people through Facebook messages, and then all of a sudden they all disappeared, and I was like, oh no. Oh no. But they're back. It was just one day, Facebook, I would encourage getting their emails or something, so you will be able to contact them if anything were to ever happen. It's not a bad thing to do. I don't think Facebook's going anywhere there because of like pages. Like, they're making a lot of money off people. Write down your goals every week so you know what's in front of you, so you know what you're working towards, know why you're working towards it, know what it's going to feel like to hit them. Like, what's that going to feel like to finally have a swimming pool in my backyard? And now all I want to do is go swim in it and play with the kiddos and chill out in the yard. Like, that's been something I've worked for years for. And here it is. It's reality. Write that stuff down, I need to show you guys my dream board and like all that's been checked off on it, because a lot has. And I bet, if you write them now and you go back and you look at them, you'll see you hit a lot of those goals. Small, fitness, health, business. Okay. Do we have any other questions? Yeah, Joan, for sure. Smoke breaks should go to everybody. Call it a water break or something. That's awesome.
The only thing I see other here is Danielle asked earlier, what do you do when you have those busy days when all you have time to do is just like post or follow up and stuff? And like I said, like some days that's all I can do. Like if I have I work all day and then maybe I have plans that night, I don't have time. I just have my lunch break. That's all I do. I go back, I follow up with my messages, and I just make sure everything's clear. I check in on my groups, and that's it. Like, I don't do invites that day. I don't follow up with new people. I don't do any of that. So, yeah, and that's okay. Like, and some people, everybody works their business differently, but like for me, I work like 4 to 5 days a week, and I try and get, if I can get 10, 12 hours a week, then that's good for me. You can get more, that's great. If you can only do it 2 days a week, but try and get bigger chunks of time, that's fine too. But yeah.
And I think you also, when you're using that tracker, like, if I were to tell you what I did today, I got out 1, 2, 3, 4, so far 6 invites, and I sold 1 pack, and I made like 8 new friends, and there's a lot of conversation going on, but they haven't been officially invited yet, So I like to shoot for 5 a day, maybe 10 a day, because I up my numbers, obviously, because I have some goals. But there's some days when I'm like 2 invites got out, and that's life, right? And you guys just look at your tracker and be like, okay, so I did 2 here. It was a rough day. Let's see if I can get in 5 tomorrow, 10 the next day, and then you've hit some good numbers. Your good average is about 14 invites a week. Should bring you Success Club to new people, brand new people. You're inviting new people constantly, and you're following up with the old ones you've invited. So you're doing both. But 14, usually 1 in 10, generally you should get a yes. 14, I think you for sure get a yes. And you do 14 a week, and you're going to get 4 yeses. And then you just convert those guys and ask them to, join the team, stuff like that. Anyways, that's a whole nother call. And I thought someone asked what your power hour is. Break it down.
My power hour, I do my personal development some other time. Like I listen in the car or try and do something before bed. I try and make 2 to 4 new friends. And then I reach out to about 5 people and just say hi. Now that's people I talked to a long time ago that maybe I haven't seen in a while, or it's people maybe I saw something that they posted that day and I'm like, hey, I love your post, or something going on in their life, something random. I just say, hey, how are you doing? And then I make sure to post on my social media 2 to 3 times a day. And I post on my Instagram and it links it to my Facebook. So I've killed 2 birds with 1 stone. And then I try and invite 2 to 5 people every time I work. like I have goals this week. I want to invite, I think I said 12 people to coaching this week. So whether that's 12 people in a day or whether that's 3 people a day, till I run out, whatever that is. And those are people that I've had conversations with already. So I'm in the middle of conversations, and then I get to a point. Even tonight, I had a girl that last month was going to join my challenge, and she backed out. And I messaged her tonight before the call and just said, hey, I'm running another group this month. You want to join in? She goes, yeah, I'm ready. So follow up with those people. And that's the next one is I follow up. So if you have people from last month that said no, or from 6 months ago that said no, make sure to follow up. There's a picture that was posted in the Starts with Diamond group about how the comparison of if you ask somebody to do something once, like 2% of them say yes. But then if you keep building and you ask them like 50 times, then like 90% of them say yes. So you have to keep asking. Even if they say no for a year. Lindsay said it took her eight months to sign up. I know it took me, I deleted her once, and then I came back, and then it still took me like 6 months to buy a challenge pack, and then it took me another like 3 months to sign up as a coach. So just
She deleted me.
Yeah, so just keep asking. So that's on my list, is to follow up. And then the last thing is to return all my messages. So by the end of the day, I'm trying to have no messages in my inbox or emails, and then track your progress every day. Write down your numbers. So that's my power hour. Sometimes it doesn't take as long if I don't have as many messages to send out. Sometimes it takes me longer. So
I think Lindsay had taught. I can show you Lindsay's video.
It was a really good video.
And she calls it 20 minutes outgoing, 20 minutes incoming, and then 20 minutes busy. So outgoing being your invites, right? Check, invited 5 new people. Incoming being responding to messages, following up for 20 minutes. And then the other 20 minutes is that busy stuff like blogging, photo creating, which you could outsource, because that was before she knew about it. She outsources now, I know that. But when she did this, it was before Shalina. Outsourcing is like duh, but it was just one of those things that a lot of us were like, no way, we got to do it all ourselves. But we don't. Now you're building $1 million business, you need help. You can't do it all. You're not Superwoman, Superman. You got little people who need you. You got, most of you have spouses who need you. But I think there's been times when, I've heard top coaches say they've really had to sacrifice sleep, and because they wanted to build more, so they sacrificed in the beginning. So Ashley, again, like if you're still there, I hope you feel it will all pay off. It is gonna. What is that? There's that verse, that quote about entrepreneurs work a lot for a little in the beginning, so you can work a little for a lot on the flip side. It's something like that. So you're going to be working a lot and not seeing a lot, and then you just keep going, and all of a sudden it's going to be like, whoa, I can work less. All right. On that note,
say goodnight real quick so Mom can keep.
Can you say hi? Hi. Can you say hi?
Hi.
Too much. All right, come on. We're gonna say goodnight.
Oh, don't type on the computer.
Give me him.
Okay.
Hi, Mommy.
I just want to say hi and say goodnight.
Hi, Mommy. Hi.
Say goodnight.
Hi.
Give Mom a hug. We're gonna go now. Come on, back to bed.
Hi. Hi.
So that's all.
Hi.
Say hi, everyone. What's your name?
You're gonna try to
You know what your name is?
Hi, Mommy.
What's your name?
Tonka.
What personality do you think this is? Sapphire? Hey, excuse me. Oh. All right, guys. I will let you go so I can put these little guys to bed. And y'all have a great night. And just holler if you have any other questions, you know where Jessica is or where I'm at. Or you can ask.
Feel free to message me if you have questions about anything. I'll try and help you out.
All right, guys. Have a great night. Thanks for being on, and see you guys in the team page. And this was recorded. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.